Hey guys, it's Max, and we're back with Battlecode 2015. I realized from last time the reason why sometimes our robots would walk into the enemy towers. The reason is that, even if the tile is not safe, you may not rotate left enough to avoid it, and then you may walk straight into it. What I'll do is I'll type else. That way you can only try to move in the facing direction if it is a safe tile. That should fix that problem. The next thing I'd like to work on is to have our beavers produce barracks. Yes, after a certain number of turns, they should deem it late enough in the game to start switching to some fighting technology. What I'll do is I'll check the round number. Now this code here applies to any building if I just change the robot type. So I'll make a method called build unit. By default, or in the beginning of the match, I'll have it build the miner factory. Later on, I'll have it build barracks. So let's paste the code that was in here. I'll call this type again. And I'll replace each instance of robot type.minerFactory with just type. Okay, now we have a build unit method. To determine when to build one thing or another, we'll use clock.getRoundNum. This gets us the round number that we're currently on. If that number is less than, say, 700, then let's go ahead and build miner factories. This is a matter of strategy. Else, we'll go ahead and build robot type.barracks. Now the barracks and the miner factory do very similar things. They each basically just spawn one unit. It's very easy for me to copy this code for the miner factory and change it to barracks and have it spawn the unit soldier. Let's have a quick look at the tech tree. Once you have a barracks, that barracks can produce soldiers or bashers. I'll just pick soldiers. It also enables us to later build a tank factory. Maybe we'll do that next time. For now, let's have the soldiers start moving around. Now the soldier needs to move around, but it doesn't need to mine. It should also prioritize attacking. What we'll do is we'll set it to attack enemy 0 as its first priority. If it doesn't see any enemies, then it'll still have core active. It won't be on some kind of delay cooldown, so then it'll be able to move. So we'll just use the regular move around function rather than mine and move. Later on, we could get it to chase enemies or some such similar thing. But for now, we'll just have it move around. One thing that's nice is that this is avoiding the enemy towers and headquarters. But in the future, we will want the robot to actually attack the towers, so it'll have to go within their attack range. We'll worry about that later. Okay. Let's go and try this out. We should see soldiers being produced after the barracks start being built at around 700. We'll select player 5, the latest player, and give it a try. Okay, let's advance to round 700, and we'll see if any barracks get built. I'm looking to see if any barracks appear. It looks like the shape of a boot. We don't have very many minerals at the moment. Aha, there's a barracks. And there are some soldiers coming out. We see our soldiers going around and shooting at the enemy. I'm pretty sure. Yep, that soldier just shot at the enemy. Great. The headquarters seems to have taken out one or two of our soldiers. Our bytecode usage is not too high. It's around 500. And you can see that the number of units, the sheer number of units, is just staggering. We have a lot of units. To me, it makes sense that after a certain amount of time, we would want to just go for it, to aggressively move everybody toward the enemy, and then in one swoop, when we're all ready, to all attack. But before we can do that, we need to fix the pathing a little bit. You might have noticed there was a bit of a traffic jam around the headquarters. Let's change the move around method. Right now, we don't change direction if there's another robot in front of us. And yet you can't move forward if there's another robot in front of you. At the same time, the current moving system sort of gets you to any old location. It's not built for going toward the enemy. In the next video, we'll modify this method so that we can go straight toward the enemy. Until then, hope this helps. Bye-bye.